Hello, you guys. How are you all? Thank you guys for being here. So, tonight I'm going to let y'all know now we're going to kind of going back to old school. Like, as if you've been on my channel for a while, I like to do lives outside. And so, therefore, today I don't have my mic. I'm just using the computer. Hopefully, you guys can hear me okay. And you're going to hear a lot of frogs and stuff like that. But there's no way I can talk about this without smoking cigarettes because this one it's terrible, you guys. But let me say hello to you and then we'll get right into it. So, hey Tess, hey Music City Mom. I do not watch that, but I know what it is. It's like the it's a British show, right? Like a dating show. Hey Harley Quinn, awesome. Hey Midnight Lace. We love frogs in the backyard. Um Selena, Kelly Renee, hey Jenny, good to see you. Hey Pointer Lover. Neat. Hey Nicole B. I saw a comment. Hey, Cicely, Tony, Kelly, Becky, good to see you. Teacup, so happy to see you guys. And not always do I say hello to you when we get started individually, but I was in the mood, okay? I've missed you guys. Hey, Triple L. Hey, Rose Gold. Hey, Twisted Stitches. It is very sad. Hey, Weed Connoisseur says, hey, y'all. Hey, Alex, saw you in Rewind the other night. I said hi, but maybe you didn't see it. I don't think I did see it. If I saw it, I responded. But happy to see you here. And I love Rewind. I do. I love Billy. And yeah, I may talk about some locale stuff on my second channel. I'm going to drop the link if anybody's interested. Rewind it's actually locale Rewind, and it's more of a chill vibe, and they go through kind of whatever's going on in that universe over there. So I'm going to drop my second channel. And yeah, I've been wanting to talk about some things, so I may do that. Now, today we're going to talk about a case that's new to the channel. I'm still learning about it. Yes, definite slave to the habit. I'm still learning about it. Hey, Past. Hey, Adrian. And it is awful. I'm going to warn you guys. But it's important. This guy is wanted. He is on the run. We have the court documents. I downloaded them from Plunder's Patreon. Just full disclosure. I did pay for them, downloaded them, and I've linked her in the description. I will upload them to my Patreon on the free tab. I just like to do that with any court documents or anything we're going through. And since I paid for them, I think that's okay. Let you guys know where I got them from. They're watermarked. So, all right, let's see. You did, Tess? Yeah. I like it. It's pretty nice to have a place like that to go chill when some of the stuff we talk about here in the true crime community is so dark. It's so intense. Like, it's a lot. And I used to watch Krama and stuff to kind of get like the lighter end of it, but now it's just as like dark and twisted as some of the stuff we talk about, or damn near. So okay, let's start with this. Many of you guys probably saw when these 3 girls were missing. They have been found now. I'll just read through the article to you guys. So 3 young girls missing. They were reported missing after the visitation with their father, and they were found deceased on Monday. Their father, Travis Decker, is who we're talking about, is suspected of their murders and has not been found as of Tuesday evening. Now we know he's been charged, and we have the paperwork. The reward for any information is $20,000. The sheriff's office said that 9-year-old Paityn, 8-year-old Evelyn, and 5-year-old Olivia were found deceased Monday after the sheriff's office Forest Service deputy on patrol spotted Decker's unoccupied 2017 GMC Sierra pickup truck. The girls were found after a search in the area, but Decker was nowhere to be found. I have the press conference. We're not going to watch it. I'll link it. So there is a clip I want to show from Law and Crime, a couple minutes, and they will show clips of that, maybe one clip in that couple minutes, but I'll link the full thing for anybody who's interested. Now, it is currently unknown if Travis Decker is armed, but he should be considered armed and dangerous because he's ex-military. Okay, he is trained for this kind of thing, not necessarily exactly this, but he's trained. So he's not your average random person. Authorities describe him as 5'8", white, 190 pounds, black hair, and brown eyes, and he was last seen wearing a light-colored shirt and dark shorts. So on Friday at 9:45, the mom of these 3 girls told police her daughters had not returned after a planned visit with their dad. Police immediately began looking for the girls and their dad, and he was believed to be living out of the pickup truck that had traveled westbound on Highway 2 from Wenatchee on Friday. On Friday, the police department requested the state police issue an Amber Alert, but the case did not meet the stringent requirements needed for this one. The case has to involve a child who is 17 or younger. Police must be involved. There must be information to share with the public that would be helpful in the recovery, and the child has to be in imminent danger or abducted. Not sure how this didn't meet that requirement. But the state police issued the alert, the missing persons alert, on Saturday for Paityn, Evelyn, and Olivia. These girls are 8, 9, and 5, you guys. So over the weekend, police continued to investigate with the help of other police agencies to check areas throughout the county. On Monday, the search was narrowed down somewhere between Icicle Road and Chumstick Road near Leavenworth, and a warrant for his arrest was obtained by police detectives for 3 counts of first-degree custodial interference. At 3:45 p.m. on Monday, the Forest Service deputy patrolling on a motorcycle found Decker's truck about 17 miles up the road and eventually found the 3 deceased children, but Decker was not found, and here he is. Take a good look, because you may see him. We don't know. This is scary, and somebody in this position has nothing to lose. Don't talk to them. Don't do anything to get their attention. Call police. That's just what you have to do. Yeah, now they are deceased, but at first, yeah, right, not in imminent danger. Exactly. It's like, what? Obviously, they were in imminent danger. Some people are just plain evil, but I'm wondering if this is a mental health, like a break from reality, because we know that he had severe PTSD. Hey, Amber. So we're going to look at the court documents, but before we do that,
are dead.
We're just going to play the first 2-3 minutes of this video, okay? They show lots of pictures, which are helpful. I mean, they're freaking adorable. I cannot imagine. This is absolutely tragic, and their poor families, these precious little babies. It's just really sad and unfortunate it ended like this, and it's scary. Anybody can have a mental health break, and I don't know. It's just very, very scary. But okay, so let's watch this together, and then we'll go to the court documents.
3 young sisters are dead, and their father is on the run. Authorities in Washington say the 5, 8, and 9-year-old girls were reported missing last Friday after a scheduled custody visit with her dad.
They're so cute, Amber.
Detectives tracked Travis Decker's vehicle near a campground. That's where they found the girls' bodies.
So there's the truck, you guys. It's a 2017 GMC. It says GMS. Wait, what? GMC Sierra. And the license plate is WA. It's a Washington plate, and the number is DC0165C. Take a screenshot if you're in the area. I would, because you want to be aware if you do come into contact with this truck, with this dude.
Death just revealed. Now, a manhunt is underway to find Decker. Police say he's possibly armed and dangerous. I'm your host, Kennedy Walker, and you're watching Law and Crime.
Your memory will never be forgotten, and we will not stop pursuing justice for you until those that were accountable for this are found.
Wenatchee police said the bodies of 9-year-old Paityn, 8-year-old Evelyn, and 5-year-old Olivia Decker.
Duh, Nurse Kristen, I'm glad you said that. I need to get with it. They do have the truck. That's what they found before they found the girls. But still, if you, in case you would have seen them, even if you, let's say that you live in the area and you see this and you're like, oh my gosh, I saw these people, this family or this dad and his daughters on this day, between the time that they were reported missing and they were found, police would want to know that information too. But yes. Years ago in northern Arizona, an ex-Marine recon vet escaped from jail, then used his skills to evade for months in the forest. He was only caught because he got careless. Damn. I don't see why this could be the same way. That is scary. And I saw Nurse Kristen said, she thought maybe he had taken his life, and I could see him doing that for sure. I don't know. He doesn't really have anything to lose now, though, so it's definitely dangerous.
Were found near a remote campground in Wenatchee, Washington, about 2.5 hours away from Seattle. The sisters vanished on Friday, May 30th. Authorities say it appears they had been suffocated. Their mother called authorities when the girls weren't returned after a scheduled custody visit with their father, Travis Decker. Investigators released images of Decker's white 2017 GMC Sierra pickup and eventually tracked the truck to Rock Island Campground. If you look up the campground online, it says visitors are required to physically arrive at the campground to purchase and claim a site. Officers searched the area and found the girls' bodies, but Decker was gone.
Going on 20 years, I don't think I've had a situation that has really almost prompted tears to come up.
Well, yeah, imagine being the officers that have to go on this scene, and then anybody else who has to go, coroner, this. Oh my God, it's unbelievably tragic. I don't think I could do it, even for the greater good. I don't know. Even for doing what's right and helping your community, and obviously, I don't know. I still don't know if I could do it. If I could have it in me.
First truck was located in a remote area 17 miles up the road from the campground by a Chelan County Forest Service deputy who was patrolling the area on a motorcycle. A manhunt is now underway.
And we will not rest until Travis is located. Travis, if you're listening, this is your opportunity to turn yourself in. Do the right thing, do what you need to do, and take accountability for your actions. We're not going to go away. We're not going to rest, and we're going to make sure we find you. You will be brought to justice. Those young ladies deserve it.
Police are asking those who...
We will find you, buddy. Okay? So do the right thing, because if we find you before you turn yourself in, it's going to be worse. Connie, KTVB Idaho News Report, possible sighting in McCall, Idaho, 25 minutes ago. Oh my gosh, Connie. Thank you for sharing that. Yeah, he is, Nurse Kristen. I was thinking the same thing, but I wasn't going to say nothing. I was just going to sit here and keep it to myself, but...
see him or no.
Look, victim 1, Paityn Decker. This is Paityn, 9 years old, 4'8", 80 pounds, brown hair, brown eyes. Then we have 8-year-old Evelyn, 4'4", 50 pounds. And then we have 5-year-old Olivia, 4'2", 50 pounds. Evelyn and Olivia look so much alike. So much. And then here is Dad. Travis Decker, 32 years old, 5'8", 190. This is the endangered missing persons flyer that went out.
About his whereabouts since Friday to call 911 immediately. Police described Decker as 5'8" and 190 pounds with black hair and brown eyes. A warrant has been issued for his arrest, charging the former military member with 3 counts of kidnapping and first-degree murder. The girl's mother, Whitney Decker, told KIRO News her ex-husband had struggled with mental health since leaving the military, but she never believed he was dangerous. Whitney reportedly told police.
Can you imagine? I cannot. The poor mother. So now let's go to the documents. Like I said, I obtained these from Plunder. Her channel link is in the description. I had to get them from her Patreon. If anybody wants it, that's where I got them from, so you guys know. Okay, so let's look at... I actually just got them right before, so I haven't even been able to fully read through them. Just kind of scan. So let's start with this one. This one is just very short. Order for warrant on probable cause. Based upon the information and supporting affidavit, which we're going to read all of this in a second, they've issued a warrant for arrest for Travis Decker. There's one of them. There's two, but I only pulled one because then we have this document and this, which is the indictment and the charges. So he's been charged with aggravated murder in the first degree, aggravated murder in the first degree again, and kidnapping in the first degree. 3 counts of it. So now we're going to go here and read this trigger warning for anybody. Of course, this is true crime, so expect it to be tough to listen to. I like to say that because trigger warning kind of feels silly, but also these are babies we're talking about. And, I just want to be extra cautious and warn you guys in case you don't think it's something that you can handle listening to. So, the undersigned on oath states that affiant believes that the crime of murder in the first degree and kidnapping in the first degree, both times 3, have been committed by the defendant. This was filled out yesterday at 9 o'clock. Now, affiant is the officer who's filling this out. So the affiant's belief is based on the following facts and circumstances. On May 30th at around 21:34, Whitney Decker arrived in lobby at the police department to report a civil complaint. She advised patrol that her ex-husband Travis had failed to return their 3 children at 2,000 hours in violation of their agreed upon and court-ordered parenting plan. Hey, Justin. Corporal Gonzalez noted Whitney appeared distraught and looked like she had recently been crying. She advised that her and Decker were previously married, but have been divorced for several years and have 3 children together. Along with the divorce, the two have had a parenting plan in place, with the most current one issued by a judge on September 27, 2024. So just 9 months ago. The current parenting plan limits Decker's visitation to every other weekend, with specific hours of Fridays from 5 p.m. to 8 p.m., Saturdays from 11 a.m. to 7 p.m., and Sundays from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. The order also specifies no overnight visits, and the visits will only occur in the Wenatchee Valley. So, of course, he's living in his truck. He can't take them overnight. Hey, it's about time. It's a long time till winter. That's true. You could live for months in the wilderness. This would be the time of year for sure. I guess we'll see. I don't know. I hope he's alive, because I just feel like for some reason, if he did take his own life, like, sure, you're not living anymore, but then you don't have to be punished. You don't have to face the public and be held accountable for what you've done, If someone has a total mental break, is it possible he doesn't remember what he's done? Oh, absolutely. Definitely. I have experience with a person who has, they have bipolar with delusions, but once they become manic and don't sleep, their delusions are so intense, they become very violent. They have tried to hurt people, but also, they do things like they say that they're hearing God. Sometimes they would say they were God. They would say, I drove across the road with my eyes closed because God told me to. And, just crazy stuff like that. Just one time, I peed in a vase in the middle of the floor to get the demons out. I saw them coming out as I was peeing. And then I went outside and threw up and saw them coming out of my body. I literally saw the demons. Like, they will believe and say and see that kind of stuff. And then, I think that they could remember or not. Mom reported that Decker picked up their daughters from her residence at their home around the scheduled time of 5 p.m., but did not return around 8 p.m. She stated she attempted to call him multiple times, but his cell phone goes straight to voicemail, which typically means the cell phone is off or out of service. Whitney expressed concern because Decker reportedly has never done this before, and further noted he is currently experiencing some mental health issues. Now, I don't know. Let me just keep my mouth shut. At the time of the initial report, Mom explained that Decker does not currently have a stable residence and is considered homeless. He's known to often stay in hotels or motels, or he camps at local campgrounds, but she didn't know where to find him. Corporal Gonzalez stated he attempted Decker's cell phone number, but it went straight to a voicemail identifying the cell phone as his. Whitney knows he drives a white truck, but was unsure what kind. She, however, noted that he had recently been cited for driving without insurance. The officer conducted a record search and identified Decker's truck as a white 2017 GMC Sierra. He'd been in a collision on May 27, 2025, and was, in fact, so not long before this, a week, right? Or less than a week. And was in fact cited for some infractions following the investigation by police. It also appears he was in another collision on May 4th, but left the scene. Call notes say there was no damage to the other vehicle when patrol arrived, and the other driver declined a need for follow-up. Corporal Gonzalez checked his vehicle registration through Flock Safety and found the truck last registered by automatic license plate readers northbound on the Wenatchee Bridge. He noted this was likely after Decker picked up his daughters and suspected he may be headed to a hotel or campground in the North End. Hey, Jordan. Hey, Punksy. After the contact with Whitney, Corporal Gonzalez checked all hotels and motels in the city limits as well as Confluence State Park. While at Confluence, he spoke to a park ranger and was able to check their camping roster. Decker was not listed as staying at any campsite. Then another police officer, Conley, was contacted and asked to check East Wenatchee hotels or motels for his vehicle. After a search of the area, his vehicle was not located. What is wrong with me, you guys? It's been a minute. I'm not live near as much as I used to be. Guess I can't read anymore, but no, forgive me. So, given the circumstances, an attempt to locate was initiated for all Valley agencies to be on the lookout for Decker, his vehicle, and the children. Corporal Gonzalez investigated further and consulted with the Washington State Patrol Missing and Endangered Person Unit. He provided the facts of the case to screen for an Amber Alert, but based on the fact there was no current evidence to believe the children were at risk of serious bodily injury or death, it did not qualify. Dude, something needs to be changed. That's bullshit. Hey, Citizen Sleuth. Jordan, I'm not sure. I saw people kind of saying that in here, but I could also see him with his military training and, obviously skills to survive at a campground or campsite. I don't know. And thank you, Jordan, for the super chat. Okay. So Whitney was advised, that's just bullshit. Something needs to change. There needs to be some sort of an alert that can go out, whether you know for sure if they're in serious danger. When he doesn't bring them back and you can't get a hold of them, I don't know. I'd be pissed if I was mom. But she was advised of the updates and inability to locate the children or the car or Decker. She was advised to call Rivercom immediately if and when she hears from him. On May 31st, there was a large social media presence looking for information into the whereabouts of Decker and the children. By the time I saw the social media post, meaning the officer writing this, it was clear that Whitney had not been able to contact Decker for over 12 hours, and from the police department's pass down, it was noted that one of the children had an event planned at a local park the morning of that Decker and the children never showed up for. With a continued concern about the lack of communication from Decker, I met with Whitney at her parents' residence to get further details. She explained she and Decker were married for about 7 years, but have since been divorced for a few years. She explained the divorce was civil and initially he had housing and was allowed overnight visits. However, when he lost housing, the parenting plan was readdressed to accommodate accordingly. Whitney denied any domestic violence during their marriage, but did mention moments of power or control he used. She provided examples of randomly leaving or waking her up by screaming at her in the middle of the night. She also said near the end of the marriage, he was diagnosed with borderline personality disorder that she believes he currently does not take medications for. I don't think, correct me if I'm wrong, I don't think you can medicate a personality disorder. Like they don't prescribe medications for personality disorders, right? Hey, MK. Nurse Kristen would know because I remember learning in psychology class that, that's where I remember learning bipolar is not a personality disorder. No. Okay. I thought so. Personality disorder would be like borderline personality disorder, narcissistic personality disorder, antisocial personality disorder. It's treated with counseling. That's what I thought. Tess, I wonder if I don't know. No meds for that. Yeah, I do remember that from class. Okay. Bipolar disorder. Yeah, he had borderline personality, at least according to this here. But let's keep going. So, while married, Whitney and Decker had 3 children in common. She identified them as a 9-year-old, 8-year-old, and 5-year-old. They reportedly have a good relationship with Decker and enjoy their time with him. I wonder why they redacted them here. We have Paityn, Evelyn, and Olivia. Yeah. I wonder why it was redacted though. The overall relationship was reported to be good, and the children enjoy their time with Decker. Whitney also reported no issues with recent visits and stated her and Decker are communicative with issues surrounding them, and if either will be late for any reason. She reiterated that Decker has never failed to return the kids. Punksy, thank you for the super sticker. Yeah, Becky, it definitely does. Thank you, Punksy. The parenting plan provided by Whitney specifies the visitation hours and discusses holiday and birthday considerations. Notable concerns are reasons putting limitations of parenting show Decker has neglected his parental duties and has a long-term emotional or physical problem that gets in the way of his ability to parent. The plan also notes details about access to the children and ability to talk with them via cell phone when needed. Whitney said they agreed to the plan, but the signature line states Decker refused to sign. Decker is also supposed to seek mental health treatment and domestic violence anger management counseling under the parenting plan, but has not. Well, how did he continue for 9 months to get them? Hey, fancy pants. Well, welcome in, because I don't know too much either. I'm still kind of learning myself. It takes me a little bit before I'll fully remember and grasp like all the details. But the exchange on Friday night occurred without issues. However, Whitney noted Decker was quieter than usual, which was out of character. She mentioned the recent ticket being a financial burden for him, along with garnished wages due to back child support. She then added that he has been talking about getting rid of his dog due to housing and further financial concerns. Whitney stated his children and his dog are the 2 big positives in his life. She also stated when overnight camping trips have been allowed, they have been planned in advance with clear details of the plans. The children also leave with a bag of clothing and appropriate attire to spend the night outdoors. When they left the home, they had the clothes on their backs. Because remember, they're only supposed to go for a couple hours. And Mom seems to have been really progressively trying to keep an eye on the situation, adjust, obviously, because I'd be the same if I can't know exactly where you're going to be, all of those things. I would have a problem with it and take you back to court. If you lose your home, I'm taking you back to court. You're not getting my kids overnight. For what? Except for occasional camping trips and stuff like that. So as of June 2nd, 2025 at 9 a.m., there has been no contact with Decker, and his cell phone continues to go straight to voicemail when called. He has failed to return the children on Friday, May 30th at 10 p.m. He failed to return them Saturday. He failed to return them Sunday. Decker then failed to show up to work this morning, and his boss noted some recent mental health concerns. Given that Decker has failed to return the children when directed and with no open communication from Whitney, it is believed there is an intent to withhold the children permanently from Whitney. And given that he has supposed 3 different schedule times for return of the children, is believed that he is well past a protracted period of time. And given that the children left home with no supplies for the extended time, it is believed there is a substantial risk of illness or physical injury. Therefore, there was probable cause to arrest him for 3 counts of custodial interference, and a warrant was signed and granted June 2nd. In an active attempt to locate him and the children, law enforcement utilized a variety of resources and known tools to include cell phone records and timing advance, automatic license plate readers, canvassing of the area for security, search of possible locations in the region, and social media. On Monday, June 2nd, a larger and more intensive search was conducted across the county with the help of the Shelling County Sheriff's Office and eventually family, friends, and volunteers. They began to learn of their disappearance. At around 15:56 on June 2nd, 2025, the Sheriff's Office located Decker's vehicle, unoccupied in the area of Rock Island Campground, with the nearest city or town of Leavenworth. The campground is located in unincorporated Chelan County in the state of Washington. Law enforcement personnel from the Sheriff's Office, along with helicopter support and Homeland Security investigations, converged into the area. Approximately 75 to 100 yards past where the vehicle was located and down a small embankment, the Sheriff's Office deputies located the bodies of 3 school-aged children. Due to current safety concerns and scene preservation, the bodies have yet to be approached, but there are some clear signs of lividity. Each has a plastic bag over the head. Based on the totality of the circumstances, including the proximity to the vehicle and visible attire of the bodies, which is consistent with the clothing they were wearing when they were transferred to Decker for visitation, they are presumed to be the girls. My God. I thought so neat. There's that special counseling, what's it called? So he used the bags over the head to suffocate. I guess so. Let's keep going. Because like I said, I have not read these like this. Decker's location is currently unknown, and there is currently a coordinated effort to search the immediate area, if not further, for him, so the scene we have can be searched. Around the vehicle and along the way to where the children are, where they are located, deputies/officers located zip ties and plastic bags strewn throughout the area. Now, this is what makes me wonder what your question, Amber. The tailgate of the pickup truck also has what appears to be 2 handprints of blood. The truck has personal items to include blankets, car seats, food, miscellaneous items, and a wallet on the center console. I wonder if I would think they would be searching the area all around, continuing to search for him in that area, and they would have found him. I don't know. Let me keep reading. So, during the search of the area, an abandoned camp was located at nearby in the approximate area, and it gives the exact coordinates with signs of recent activity. The camp consists of a fire pit, tent, and a cooler, and within a short walk from where the vehicle and bodies were located. Cell phone records show Decker's cell phone. Cell phone records, Deckard's cell phone. They wrote this a little weird. Acquired Saturday under exigency show that Decker likely traveled to the area on Thursday evening and returned Friday morning. Under the totality of the situation, it appears that Decker drove through the area the night prior and returned the next day with the children. So, like, he planned it. Preliminary, here we go. Examination suggests the likely cause of death was asphyxiation. Their wrists were also zip-tied or showed signs of being zip-tied. They were also positively identified as the girls. How scary. Like, can you imagine your dad, which if he's in a like mental break, I'm sure he looks different in the eyes and different in the face and is obviously acting very different. And then zipped, oh God, I just can't imagine how scared they were. There is probable cause to arrest Travis for 3 counts of murder in the first degree and 3 counts of kidnapping in the first degree. And then they signed the application for a warrant, the affidavit. So, but I do have like some other videos saved. Let me see that we can look at. I believe that is just sad. My God. I'll just search his name again. Okay, let's look at this.
Right, AJ, as this manhunt continues for Travis Decker, we're hearing a lot.
Oh, and then we'll look at the possible sighting because that's the next video. Let's watch this and then we'll go look at it.
Travis Decker's extensive military background, and have actually confirmed that he is in fact a member of Washington's National Guard. This comes after he transferred from the Army's active duty in 2021. So his experience, his knowledge of survival skills out in the wilderness is why officials are urging you not to approach if you do see him. But again, I want to show you the pictures of Travis Decker. Keep an eye out. This is exactly who officials are looking for. He's a 32-year-old father, about 5'8", weighs about 190 pounds, brown eyes, black hair. And I've actually, in digging deeper into Travis Decker, I actually spoke with one of his buddies who was actually, in fact, his neighbor while they were stationed in Italy back in 2016 to.
So he had been in the Army, Cicely had been in the service, rather, and was in the Guard, like they just said.
2018, and he says that his mental health was already a wreck, that he'd only sleep just a few hours a night because PTSD would keep him up at night. And he, at the end of the day, though, he did say that Decker loved his girls.
Now, I do know this is common. Men that have PTSD from service usually have a very hard time sleeping. I've heard that, like, with people I've known in my life. I think that's pretty common. Just saying.
Now,
but let me say, like I said earlier, lack of sleep can make mental health system, like if you're hallucinating, you're going to already, and you have lack of sleep, things are only going to get worse, you know?
Though for the last couple hours, we've been here at the Okanagan Wenatchee National Forest, where the search actually continues. It's about 10 to 12 miles behind me at this point, because it is such a remote and rugged terrain that we're talking about, where it's very limited cell service, if any, actually. And that is exactly what this multi-agency operation.
And knowing he was up in the area the night before he went and got the girls, like scoping out the area. Humanimal, I thought about Doberman too. I thought about him too. Humanimal says, I think he's alive, like Doberman, like Watts, like all of those who annihilate, but wow, can't kill themselves for what they've done. The instant someone is laid back, it's kidnapping. And then Ava, I had thought about that too. You know, you could be medicated for like anxiety or, you know, what, but in itself, personality disorders, there is no medication. You have to do that therapy we were talking about, which I didn't see if you guys answered what it was. I'm sure somebody in here knew what I was talking about. It's like oh gosh, what is it? Yeah, there are frogs in the background. That cognitive behavioral therapy, there's that, but this is I don't think that's the word I'm looking for. It's like dialect. That's it. DBT. Thank you, Ava. Dialectal behavioral and cognitive behavioral. You guys know more than I do. I got some freaking smart people in this chat. But okay, let's keep listening because I want to see about the sighting.
is
over here.
currently dealing with
I don't want to make
after
this too long
Decker's
for replay.
2017 white GMC Sierra pickup was actually found along with the bodies of his 3 little girls. Officials say he picked them up Friday but never returned them after his visitation was supposed to be over. As of the hour, though, Decker is nowhere to be found. We're talking hours now that officials have no exact knowledge as to where he may be. We even saw a search helicopter as they continue to search the wilderness for Decker. Officers are spread out, not just boots on the ground, but also they're following up on other sightings and tips that are currently coming in. If you come back out here live now, I do want to stress that in a brief conversation with Decker's brother, he mentioned that they've been estranged for years. He does lament that his nieces were taken too soon. Again, this search is...
Oh my gosh, that's sad. All right, let's see. Police report possible Travis Decker sighting.
And we have breaking news that we want to bring to you now concerning a man wanted for a triple murder involving 3 young girls.
The new updates. Let's get over to Abby Wild. Abby, what do we know so far?
Joe and Brenda, so the McCall Police Department posted about 27 minutes ago that the McCall Police Department has received notifications of the possible sighting of Travis Decker. Again, he is the suspect in the case of the Chelan County, Washington murders where 3 girls were found dead. They are saying that dispatch should only be notified of first-person sightings, not rumors, texts, online chatter, but if you do believe that you saw him around the McCall area, to contact dispatch at 208-382-5160. Again, this is just that there was maybe a sighting of Decker in McCall, Idaho. Again, we do know those murders took place on Monday night, and from there he has been on the loose and on the run with no spotting of where he might be. So we'll continue to bring this breaking news to you.
Let me hear this first part again.
Brenda.
And we know investigators out of Washington had cautioned the public there that if in fact they did see him, he could potentially be a dangerous person. So do not approach this man. If you believe you do see him, a firsthand report, you're asked to contact dispatch, of course, as always, Brenda. And we have breaking news that we want to bring to you now concerning a man wanted for a triple murder involving 3 young girls.
The new updates. Let's get over to Abby Wild. Abby, what do we know so far?
Joe and Brenda, so the McCall Police Department posted about 27 minutes ago that the McCall Police Department has received notifications of the possible sighting of Travis Decker. Again, he is the suspect in the case of the Chelan County, Washington murders where 3 girls were found dead. They are saying that dispatch should only be notified.
Where did they post it though? Well, oh my gosh, TK, yes, they were. They were precious. It's very sad. So from Washington to Idaho, the next state over, we know Brian Koberger, who lived in Washington, drove to Idaho to commit the murders, which was just a few minutes, but still, and back over to Washington. So if that kind of helps it make more sense, my God, here's the deal. I'm going to keep an eye on this. I'm going to look deeper into their social media accounts, his history, people who may be speaking out that know him. And as soon as I have anything else, I'll either post a video, we'll do another live, something like that. Tomorrow we have a live Let's Talk About It Tuesday members chat will be tomorrow on a Thursday. And I have a lot of things that I'd like to talk about. Some things true crime, some things not true crime. Just like talking to you guys and kind of venting and talking. And this, Let's Talk About It Tuesday, Thursday, could be a variety of topics or one topic. It'll be different. The flip-flop news series that we're doing here will be news that's not true crime news too. It'll have some, regular news, entertainment news, whatever, intertwined in with the true crime. But this case, as soon as I saw it, B Crumbs sent it to me. Tess had sent me a couple of things too, but as soon as I first saw it, I said, I need to know more about this. I want to talk about it. I don't know. I'm weird. Like, I have to be drawn to the case emotionally, like or I don't know if it's even emotionally, just drawn to it with my soul, with who I am. Some cases I feel like connected to and I want to talk about, some I don't. Now, don't get me wrong. If it's like a missing person, no matter what, I want to show it, right? But I'm talking about, there are so many cases that happen every day. I've showed you guys on True Crime News. You can go to Crime Online right now and scroll, and every day there will be dozens new, at least a dozen new murders on there, missing people, usually hot car deaths, kids who have accidentally gotten their parents' guns, and tons of sick adults being predatory with our kids in one way or another. Usually trusted people. We see a lot of teachers, a lot of coaches, a lot of priests, a lot of Sunday school, whatever, school bus aides, that one being physically violent with the mentally disabled kids. I mean, there's a lot of it. And every different way you could think, every variety, it's happening all the time. And so much of it goes unnoticed or without being talked about. That's why I don't ever want to stop talking about it. Like, I'm sorry, it may not be everyone's cup of tea, but this kind of stuff is important to me and I want to talk about it. And I think that there's already enough people who won't talk about it because it is tough stuff, right? But I don't know. It's just something that I'm going to do. I'm going to continue to do. Oh, tomorrow, actually, our Let's Talk About It Tuesday might be. It's very long, though, so I don't know. The judge that is doing the report, for turning it into the feds, the family court judge that's speaking out about justice for Harmony, dropped her part 1 of that series, and it's very good, but very long. I didn't read through it all. We need to talk about that too. Maybe I'll link it on the community tab. All these documents, I'm going to just upload to the free tab here on my Patreon. I paid for them. I told you guys where I got them. And I don't know. I just like to keep court documents and stuff where anybody can view them, download them. You can go over there, join as a member for free, and download any of the documents over there. There's tons of Stephen Stern stuff. There's tons of Letitia stuff. There's just everything. So, all right, you guys. I get 5 to 7 email alerts every single day at work alerting me that a sex offender has been released into the community. Every day, 5 to 7. That is unbelievable. But I mean, I believe it, but it's just absolutely shocking. Hey, Deb. All right, you guys. So I'm going to keep this short. Imagine the ones we don't hear about. This way, for anybody who wants to replay, it'll kind of be easy. Plus, I didn't bring my charging stuff outside. And that frog sounds like it's like mad and right next to us. And I'm sure it's driving y'all nuts. So I'm going to wrap it up. But thank you guys for being here. Thank you to the mods for helping. And yeah, when there's an update, I'll let you guys know for sure. So make sure you do me a favor, actually, because I know for a fact many of you guys aren't getting notified. My friend Amber ATS, I'm out of the algorithm because she says now when she searches my name, she can't find me. Or when she goes on the live tab, I will be live and it won't show. Wolfie, when she searches my name, she's been subscribed for years, she can't find my videos anymore. I think it's because I went from like almost daily streaming to like couple times a week, if that. And so if you want to be notified and you're not, just unsubscribe and then resubscribe and hit all notifications, and then maybe it'll help fix it a little bit. But yeah, I think that's it. Oh, I did put in a records request today. I'm not going to tell y'all what, but it's something that I know you guys want to see, like probably all of you, and I really hope we get it. I'll let you know. And yeah, I'm going to let you guys go. Thank you for being here. I hope you have a good night. And hey, Meta Mom, I'm going to drop some links as we end here. Amber's link, Humanimal's link, anybody else who's in here that has a channel, I'm going to drop the links. And yeah, thank you guys and have a good night. If I don't end it now, I'll say goodbye 20 more times and I'm already circling the drain. Bye.